Alright, yeah, so I want to continue on talking about, the beast, the Antichrist, and the false prophet, and Satan. So now I'm in Revelation chapter 12. And I'm going to go from 12, and I'm going to read through 12 through 14, chapter 14. And this is going to tell you about who we are up against, what we're up against, and what the plan is. So what the evil plan is, what God's prophecy is. The woman and the dragon, chapter 12, Revelation. Then I witnessed in heaven an event of great significance. I saw a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon beneath her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant, and she cried out in the pain of labor as she awaited her delivery. Suddenly, I witnessed in heaven another significant event. I saw a large red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and with 7 crowns on his head. And this is Satan. His tail, and that's Israel up there. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's Israel up there. His tail dragged down 1/3 of the stars, which he threw onto the earth. He stood before the woman as she was about to give birth to her child, all ready to devour the baby as soon as it was born. And Jesus was heavily persecuted. When he was born, they was ready to kill him. King Herod was trying to find him and kill him. That, so that's prophecy in itself. She gave birth to a boy who was to rule all the nations with an iron rod, Jesus Christ. And the child was snatched away from the dragon and was caught up to God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where God has prepared a place to give her care for 1,260 days. Then there was war in heaven. Michael and the angels under his command fought the dragon and his angels, and the dragon lost the battle and was forced out of heaven. This great dragon, the ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, the one deceiving the whole world, was thrown down to the earth with all his angels. Then I heard a loud voice shouting across the heavens, It has happened at last. The salvation and power and kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser has been thrown down to earth, the one who accused our brothers and sisters before our God day and night. And they have defeated him because of the blood of the Lamb and because of their testimony, and they were not afraid to die. Rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, and he knows that he has little time. And when the dragon realized that he had been thrown down to the earth, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the child. But she was given 2 wings like those of a great eagle. This allowed her to fly to a place prepared for her in the wilderness, where she would be cared for and protected from the dragon for a time, times, and a half a time. Oh, now we go back to a similar time. That's the same time that David said, how long will these things last? A time, times, and a half a time. Same exact thing as in Daniel 12, chapter 12. Then the dragon tried to drown the woman with a flood of water that flowed from its mouth. But the earth helped her by opening its mouth and swallowing the river that gushed out from the mouth of the dragon. Then the dragon became angry at the woman, and he declared war against the rest of her children, all who keep God's commandments and confess that they belong to Jesus. Confess that they belong to Jesus. Those are the ones. The beast out of the sea. Now we're going to get to the Antichrist, this man of lawlessness. the sacrilegious object that causes desecration. This is him, the beast out of the sea. Then he stood waiting on the shore of the sea. And now in my vision I saw a beast rising up out of the sea. It had 7 heads and 10 horns, with 10 crowns on its horns, and written on each head were names that blasphemy God. This beast looked like a leopard, but it had bear's feet and a lion's mouth. And the dragon gave him his own power and throne and great authority. I saw that one of the heads of the beast seemed wounded beyond recovery, but the fatal wound was healed. All the world marveled at this miracle and followed the beast in awe. They worshipped the dragon for giving the devil, for giving the beast such power, and they worshipped the beast. Is there anyone as great as the beast? They exclaimed. Who is able to fight against him? So then the beast was allowed to speak great blasphemy against God, and he was given authority to do what he wanted for 42 months. And so there's another time period. He was given, how long is 42 months? We have to calculate it. Y'all calculate it and tell me how long 42 months is. Because this is said, then the beast was allowed to speak great blasphemies against, once he got his power, to speak great blasphemies against God, and he was given authority to do what he wanted for 42 months. And he spoke terrible words of blasphemy against God. So that's what that is. It's like 3 years, though. 3.5 years is what 42 months is. 3.5 years. Like I said, he breaks the peace treaty with Israel and with the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a one world government is what the Antichrist is going to have, because he's going to have everybody, every nation, every tongue, every creed is going to be, you know, under this man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to avoid. Christians, so we can get out of here before he takes over. You know what I'm saying? And then God gonna come and crush him. You know what I'm saying? With no problems, because after word of his mouth. And let me see. And he spoke terrible words of blasphemy against God, slandering his name and all who live in heaven, who are his temple. And the beast was allowed to wage war against God's holy people and to overcome them. And he was given authority to rule over every tribe and people and language and nation. And all the people who belong to this world worshipped the beast. Who is that? The Antichrist, the sacrilegious object that causes desecration, the man of lawlessness, the beast. They are the ones whose names were not written in the book of life, which belongs to the Lamb who was killed before the world was made. Anyone who is willing to hear should listen and understand. The people who are destined for prison will be arrested and taken away. Those who are destined for death will be killed. But do not be dismayed, for here is your opportunity to have endurance and faith. The beast out of the earth. So now it's also a false prophet. It's a false prophet that's going to help the Antichrist with all these. He's a false prophet. He's going to do all these miraculous signs and all that stuff. And if I run out of time, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it on another tape real quick. The beast out of the earth. Then I saw another beast come out of the earth. He had 2 horns like those of a lamb, and he spoke with the voice of a dragon. He exercised all the authority of the first beast, the Antichrist, and he required all the earth and those who belong to this world to worship the first beast, whose death wound had been healed. He did astounding miracles, such as making fire come down to the earth from heaven while everyone was watching. And with all the miracles he was allowed to perform on behalf of the first beast, he deceived all the people who belong to this world. He ordered the people of the world to make a great statue of the beast who was fatally wounded and then came back to life. All right, I'm finna stop right there, and then I'm gonna get back and finish the rest, and we gonna be prepared, and we gonna know who we battling.